Now, at this year's Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, there's no shortage of gadgets to impress everybody, from smart TVs, self-driving cars to the latest in phone technology. And our gizmo guru, Colin Baker, joins us now with his top picks from this year's show. Good morning, Colin.
Good morning, Mark.
Of it. Flexible screens in all shapes and sizes seem to be one of the big highlights. We'll start with the roll-up TV. This is from LG, and it's unveiled the world's first consumer-ready rollable television. Now, this thing will cost you about 15 grand.
We don't have pricing yet, but that's what I reckon. It's going to be north of 15 grand and available sometime. It's not going to be in your local power city in the next 2 weeks.
Now, here we have it. This is 65 inches, which is what it comes in at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. It's assumed it'll come in different sizes. As you can see, it pops out of a sort of a square base. Now, that base contains a Dolby Atmos speaker bar, so it's a really high-grade sound system. But as you can see, obviously, it clearly rolls up into that base. Now, apparently, LG have said there is no detriment to the quality of the screen at all. There is no lines or divisions or hinges visible. It is a 4K, really, really high-quality OLED screen. What they also allow you to do is bring it down to about a quarter of its size, and that gives you sort of access to your speech control, to your Google Assistant, to your music, to your media, to your home control.
So it's it's a very high-end accessory. And you can get it out of the way if you want to clear the room. You don't want it.
You asked why would you have a rolled-up screen? I guess that's part of it. Cosmetic appeal. You can hide it into its base, and it doesn't ruin the look of the room.
So if you've got a spare 15 grand, you can afford it,
Exactly,
and you live in a really shishy place like that, then fine. Okay, now, speaking of televisions, the first entirely new TV screen technology in 10 years was also unveiled by Samsung. What's this? This is called the Wall.
Mark, there's a certain amount of one-upmanship between the big brands here. Like, look at mine, oh, here's what I can do. Well, you didn't do that yet. The Samsung Wall is about a new technology in how TVs or how screens are built and what the pixel technology is. They're ultra-tiny LEDs. They really are. I suppose what it is you know the kind of LEDs on the U2, you know the huge U2 screens that you see at the concerts? Well, it's kind of a smallification, if you like, of that technology. Ultimately, these LEDs are brighter, clearer, blacker, whiter, more blue, more red
than anything. Are these going to end up in exhibition centres and in displays and for commercial purposes?
They're actually already there. What's happening now is it was only available in kind of over 2 and 3 metre sizes and 150,000 euro panels. Exactly. They're getting it down to 70 inches and smaller again. It also means that they can build panels that they can literally tile together.
Which is what they did with
tile a wall with these things.
The U2 did a similar thing for their Joshua Tree tour.
That's right,
and they were using 8K. Now, that's not ready for domestic use yet.
No, I don't know how much that cost. It was very, very impressive.
$5 million, I believe.
Yeah, something around there.
How long before we'll see something like this in our homes?
Well, they're already talking about releasing a panel towards the end of this year.
Oh, okay.
But they can also build smaller tiles. So the concept here is that they can build it onto devices.
This is what we're going to be watching television on in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, fine. Let's. Speaking of flexible, the other big thing was the flexible phone. This is made by Royal Flex.
It sounds like an AIB product.
Okay.
It's Royal FlexPay.
And they were set up specifically to develop this.
5 years ago, they set up to build and develop the idea of a flexible screen. And as you can see there, it's truly flexible. There's no hinge or line in the middle. It's so freaky. I got one about 3 months ago, and it's literally like bending over and breaking your tablet. It's a 7.9-inch tablet out this way for your Netflix binges.
So what's it made of?
Because
it can't be glass or hard plastic.
No, exactly. Yeah, well, actually, it is a hard plastic, but it's just the plastic becomes slimmer in the middle, and the hinge mechanism, as you fold it over, it sort of bends, and then it kind of snaps into place. And it's quite freaky because you do feel it feels wrong bending this thing.
This is already moderately available online in China.
Yeah,
or from
I got
China.
one already. It was €1,400.
1,400.
Actually, I got it into repair because it was one of the first iterations, and it was failing all over the place.
Okay, two really practical things that I think. This first one I think is a brilliant idea. The reinvented cane for the visually impaired. It's called the Way We Walk Smart Cane.
Yeah, the WeWalk. It's fairly inexpensive, but this is heralding a huge amount of development in this assistive technology space. Actually, we have a lot to be thankful to Apple for this. A lot of people, normally sighted people, don't realise how life-changing technology can be.
This obviously
when
will pair to somebody's smartphone.
Yeah, exactly. And what it does is there's a touchpad on the surface, so it's one-hand operation. And as you use that touchpad, that's actually how an iPhone works for visually impaired people. They move their finger and scroll it around the screen, so they can actually use the iPhone fully. And I've seen people use all aspects of their iPhone via this touchpad.
And I'm assuming it vibrates and sends alerts
exactly
depending
for
on what
left,
objects are in front of them.
So it connects in with comms, with Google Maps, and it has overhead collision avoidance. Visually impaired people, they don't just have to avoid walls, but they have to watch overhead. So
this will come in at around €300-400, 350
to 400. I think it's going to be about 350.
Okay, the Y toothbrush, smart toothbrush.
Yeah, this is an odd one. They profess this is for the very, very busy people out there because it saves you 2 minutes in the morning and 2 minutes in the evening. It professes to be able to brush your teeth in 10 seconds. The idea being that it's kind of like a mouth guard almost. Shove it into your mouth in the top section. You know those kind of the things you get in the dentist that measure your teeth? It's kind of like that. But what it does is all the brushes are built in accordance with the right way, the right angles.
This is approved by the American Dental Association as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just very quickly, and I'm not sure we're going to get time for the 7th one, but the 6th one that you picked out was the Ovis artificial intelligence suitcase. Now this caught a lot of people's fancy. You can't lose it. It will follow you around. You
wear a little band, actually, is how it follows you around. And then it has cameras and sensors in it that monitor its entire environment. So as you can see, it'll follow you along, but if someone gets in the way or there's another suitcase or whatever, it'll magically avoid it. And then if you happen to lose it or if you happen to sort of walk too far, it'll give you a little alert as well. Of course, you can use it in manual mode as well. I'm trying to see what security
this means it has an anti-theft aspect to it as well too, because somebody can't.
As soon as they walk away from you, it alerts you on your wrist. You can use it in manual mode. There is a battery in it, so you can use it as an external charger as well. But obviously the huge boon here is the fact that you don't need to carry the thing. It follows you through the airport.
I can see this one taking off. What kind of money will we be talking about?
They're going to be about €700 or €800.
And when will they be likely to be available?
They're actually already available in part, but this particular brand have done an incredible job on it. And this is going to be sort of the de rigueur model.
Okay, the Ovis artificial intelligence suitcase. We didn't get a chance to do the virtual reality, but
there's a lot there. CES is huge.
All right. Cheers, Colin. Thank you very much. Now.